I'm Hana El-Sagini. I'm an Egyptian artist that was born and raised in Cairo, and now I live and work in Dubai. My relationship with art, I think, started since the second I was born. I come from a family with incredibly talented and great artists across generations. I learned painting in the art school that my father had at home since I think I was 10 till the minute he passed away in 2015. I was trained as a classical painter, but when I started finding my voice as an artist, I needed to interact more with material, with sculpture. So I was thinking, maybe seeing like a painter, but thinking more like an installation artist or a sculptor. I had a corporate job that I loved, but I felt something was missing. I needed to explore the world of art, the thing that is, I think, is in my DNA. So I quit my career, rented a studio, set up an art school to have a bit more of structure throughout my week. And the best advice my father gave me was, you need to go to your studio every day. So I still do that till now. And because I come and give it my all, I try out every single idea I have. I'm not afraid, I have the time. And different ideas bring each other, you know, ideas bring their friends. So things develop, things grow, and just work happens. Because I have a bit of urgency in my character, like everything is urgent for me. So music was a big part of what grounds me. It took me many years to know what type of music I need to listen to help this urgency tone down and centers me. So these 3-4 minute songs don't really work well with my pace. So I discovered the amazing songs of Kulthum, an Egyptian singer, who are just lengthy and beautiful and repetitive. And the song can go for more than an hour. So they really ground me and give me peace while working. So I love materiality. I think materiality is very important in my work. So part of my studio practice is not only drawing and painting, but it's exploring different materials. My favorite place is the hardware store, where I find materials, tools that I can work with. And this is where I come and explore them. So materiality is important for me in the work. I worked with wood in the past 7 or 8 years because wood is a very responsible material. It's, you plan and it gives you your plan. There are no surprises with wood. I needed at the time a medium that is very responsible, that, you know, it has rules. And, you know, there are these rules of measure twice, cut once, and wood would never surprise you. But at that point in my life, I feel something that would embrace more my different experiences, the accumulation of the things I learned. I got introduced to the amazing world of clay and ceramics, where it was, I think, love at first sight. This intimacy, this physicality of clay, where it could transform whatever you feel now or whatever you think now directly without any plan, is incredible. Clay is more of a partner that we need to listen to each other and respect each other, rather than some material I need to really control or be responsible for it working. So I've been working or exploring ceramics since 2 years, but I've never really done any artwork with ceramics. It was just playing around and getting to know the medium, and, you know, because I knew we were going to have a good long-term relationship, so we needed to have something steady. But this is the first body of work I do with ceramics. It's physical, it's raw, it carries a lot of history. We are all made of clay, so I think it's a beautiful medium, and I'm happy to present this body of work in this medium. When I start a new body of work, it's never what I produce or show at the end. It's a process of research, of reflection, of writing, And one of the things, once I start producing or being of having clarity on what I want to do, is I stop social media, I stop research. I don't want to get confused. I don't want to share. I just want to be in this cocoon of creating and producing. And then when it's showtime, then it's a new phase. It's a very lengthy process with clay, but the first part is very fast. It responds to my obsession. I can do 10 pieces in 10 or 15 minutes because it's responsive, it's flexible, it listens to you, but you also need to listen to the medium because it has a set of rules that you need to respect. It needs a long time to dry. You don't know the result, so I never take off a piece off my to-do list unless it's fired and it's safe. So it has this, you work for the love of the work, and the result is never guaranteed. So, and it also has a voice. So clay has a voice with how it cracks, with how it changes its color, with how it sometimes bends. And I find in this work that everything that clay adds, it adds a new layer and more depth to the work. And this is the first body of work that does not involve me directly painting, because all my other work has involved painting. It's the skill or the craft that I'm most comfortable with. Human beings are survivors by nature. So we would do anything to pass these difficult times safely to the other side. And it's magnificent and fascinating for me how our minds rework and create new mechanisms, new creative mechanisms for this survival. And this can happen during war, during a pandemic, during sickness, during heartbreak or death of a loved one. All these difficult times that we pass through make us think differently, make us imagine different worlds, different ideas. Our perspectives change, so we need to reflect on them. And this body of work is a reflective body of work that I'm sharing after my adversity. How we rewire our brains and our imaginations to pass these difficult times is actually what I'm really interested in. So I work a lot in my imagination, like I live a lot in my imagination. This is why most of the time I'm a bit zoned out. We have a saying that in Arabic that says, "Lana fil khayal hayah." So I think I have an entire life in my imagination and in my head. So when I look for inspiration, I really don't look far. I see so much beauty and depth in the ordinary, in the everyday life. They are magnificent inspiration sources for my work. So my work has always been about the ordinary and the everyday life. So in this upcoming show in Gallery 1 in 4:1 space, the spectator or the visitor, when they come, they add a layer to the work. They are not isolated from the work that I'm doing. They are part of it once they enter the space. They create different meanings with how they move, with how they interact with the pieces, that will change with their movement, and they change with how many people are there. So I'm looking forward to see it in show. So the only thing I hope for in my future is to keep being blessed with ideas, have the energy to work and the opportunity and the courage to show this work outside of the boundaries of my studio.